Welcome to the Ozark Hobby Adventurist. I'm Ken, and this is my driver, Danger Bunny. Danger Bunny likes breaking stuff. So, I got some repairs to do. My list is long, and you're more than welcome to hang out. And it looks like the first thing on our list is lights, paint, and wiring. Alright, we're going to start with lights first. And for you newbies, which is okay to be a newbie, because everybody's a newbie at one time or another. These are really easy to put on. What you have is a hole that your screw goes through, and then you've got another teeny little hole. Maybe that'll help. You can see it right behind it, and you got a pin that goes through there. And so what we're going to do is we're going to replace these old things with these. Yeah, that doesn't look pretty. You betcha. This is just the outer housing, and I'll show you how to break these, or how they come apart actually, here in a second. The first thing is they go together with one screw to hold them down, and it's really a pretty simple process. As you can see, I spend a lot of time upside down. You have the outer casing, a lens, and a cover. Well, sometimes in order to get these to come apart, because they're together like that, you can take a screwdriver and push through the back side of the hole to pop the lens out. And you want to be kind of careful. You can use a bamboo skewer, a little piece of wood, anything that'll fit through that hole, and you pop your lens out. And what you do is you get you some silver paint, and you paint the inside of the housing. Now, if you should happen to get paint on the inside lip or the outside edge, you can simply take a hobby knife and scrape along that edge until you've gotten rid of all the paint that you don't want. And it works really, really good. So the whole idea is to keep paint off the outside edge. So we're going to put these things together, and I'm going to show you how I do this. Okay, here I've got my parts. What we're going to do is we're going to take some rubber cement. And sometimes this stuff will be runny, sometimes it'll be thick. We are simply going to take one of our lenses, and we're going to put a tiny drop of rubber cement onto the pin. And we're not going to need much. Just a teeny tiny little smidge. Then you take the lens and you pop it into place. Alrighty. Isn't that cool looking? Doesn't that look awesome? Nice and silvery, nude looking on the inside instead of the dull black. Which one do you think is going to reflect more light? A black one or a silver one on the inside? Yep, okay. So, we'll do the next one. Okay, sometimes that is too small to fit over the leads for the LED. So you may have to take a piece of sandpaper and sand down the insides a little bit, whiten it up. You can use a hobby knife to very carefully trim a little out. And this is very small, so I would not suggest a hobby knife for most people. Gotta be safe. And once you bleed to death, you can't play with your RC truck anymore. We've got all of our pieces put on behind our lights, and now we're ready to screw them together. Okay, now we've got all 4 of our lights put together. It's time to put on the roof rack. And now all we have to do is attach our lights to our bracket that runs across the front. And there we go. All put together, all nice and bright and shiny. You betcha. Okay, let's say you want to do some stainless rocker covers. We got some shiny stuff. This is the straightest edge. So we are going to put this on there. Now, I'm going to waste a lot of this just because it makes it easier to lay it out. Now, the way I got it figured out is it just lays in there just barely. Okay, that's all you need to hold it on. Now, what you want to do is you want to put a slight bend in this. And very carefully with your finger, start at the top and work your way down just to hold it in place. You're going to come back with a tool here, a little square matchstick. You're going to run that right down in the valley, in that groove. Okay, now here's where it gets fun. All you're gonna do is you're just gonna fold that over. All that has to do is sit there. You take your wooden stick and you rub it out. I'm sure you can't see this too awful well, but I'm not using the end of the stick, I'm using the side of the stick. And then come up here and we'll enhance those little lines. But you want to use a little piece of wood of some sort. Don't want to use metal on that. And that gives you a really cool stainless steel looking trim that'll actually stay on there for a little bit. You're like, okay, well, what do you do with the excess? Well, that's pretty simple. Watch this. Okay, there's where our end is. So we're just going to trim a little over 1/8 of an inch. We'll go up here. We'll trim that down a little over 1/8 of an inch, not quite a quarter. And then we're going to go here. We're going to probably do this about 1/4 of an inch. Alright, now we take our new toothpick. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to work this down and around that edge, and it's going to stretch and it's going to bend, and that's what you're wanting. So the first thing you're going to want to do is curl it around the back side. And by using this little wood stick, you're not actually putting grooves and things into your imitation stainless. Okay, and when you go along this groove here, you just go back and forth. You can see where it's already been chewed up a little bit on the bottom. I'm going to work that around just a little bit. And there you go. That is pretty simple. And we'll just throw all this away. And then we do the other side.